Now, week 9 of games features 6 conference matchups, and all of them are actually within the division.
I'll tell you what, you look at the first game we're going to talk about on Friday night, it's Louisiana Tech at Rice. Now, you have to go back to last season. They met on the final day of the regular season, and that was a game that determined the Western Division title. It's huge. The Owls, they're averaging 195 yards rushing. They lead Conference USA, but Louisiana Tech, stingy against the run, only allowed 98 yards a game, 11th best in the FBS. Are they going to be able to run the ball against that Louisiana Tech defense? That's the key.
Defensively, they're very sound. They're starting 9 seniors over there. They're playing good football right now. You know, we have got to somehow slow them down. We're going to have to tackle, you know, like we did in the fourth quarter against Florida Atlantic. And, you know, can't have a lot of missed tackles. They get a lot of yards after first contact at the running back and the receiver. And defensively very athletic. So, you know, we're going to have to play the best game we've played all year.
And as we talked about earlier in our show, Marshall and Charlotte will play each other for the first time, and the teams are tied for second in the league in rushing offense, with Marshall having a trio of backs contributing and Charlotte relying on just one main man.
I'll tell you, Jerry Richardson Stadium in Charlotte, it's going to be sold out. The place is going to be rocking, but how are you going to stop Marshall? Extremely hot team. They've won 6 straight, 21 of their last 23, dating back to 2013. They're tied for second in the league rushing offense at 179 yards a game. Who's going to be able to run the football? Can Charlotte use that momentum and also the crowd and the excitement and the emotion to their advantage against a very good football team?
Looking forward to playing a premier program this weekend. Been a part of this program early on in my career, and just a great football program. And I told our team this is you know, something that we can really measure ourselves against. I mean, these guys have won a lot of games over extended period of time, and one of the really good programs in Conference USA. So we're looking forward to that opportunity to see where we are.
WKU goes back on the road and makes its first visit to Old Dominion. Now both teams have conference leaders on their offense. For WKU, it's Brandon Doughty who leads the league in passing, while Ray Lowry of Old Dominion is the lead rusher in the conference.
I'll tell you, that's a good matchup. Best passer, best rusher, but go back to last season. There was no defense played. Both teams went over 600 total yards. 66-51 was the final. The Hilltoppers won it. That is incredible. Here's a great stat about Brandon Doughty that I was just given by our crack staff. Doughty has 22 first-half touchdown passes, which is more than all but 6 teams have in the FBS this year. That shows you that Doughty comes out, he hits you early, then you have to play catch-up against him. It's tough if you do that.
The UTEP Miners play at Southern Miss on Saturday, and with a win, Southern Miss will become bowl eligible for the first time since 2011.
Well, let's talk about UTEP first, because Sean Kugler wanted to divide this season in 2 halves. The second half started obviously last week. They got the victory. They got a little momentum. Maybe they're starting to feel good about themselves, but you have to go to Southern Miss. Hattiesburg's a tough place to play, especially against a team that's got a 2-headed monster at running back in Edo Smith and Jalen Richard. Richard, not only good at running the football, he is so versatile, but he was the Conference USA Special Teams Player of the Week, over 220 all-purpose yards. Somehow they've got to stop Richard and Smith and also control Nick Mullins, the quarterback.
And both Florida schools face off against each other in the Shula Bowl. The Panthers have taken 9 of 12 meetings between the 2 schools and are looking to move closer to bowl eligibility and come away with the win.
45 miles separate these 2 schools, and there is no love lost between the 2. You look at any rivalry, any in-state rivalry, this is exactly the same. But for FAU, they come off another tough loss. They're so close, but they haven't had that victory to get them over the top. The question is, can they do it this week? And that would catapult them for the rest of the season, but FAU's got a lot to play for.
Now here's a look at the full schedule of games. Ron, I know you'll head up to Denton to watch UTSA take on the Mean Green.
I think it's me because it's supposed to be raining, so every place we go it rains. But this is kind of a redemption bowl, I think. UTSA coming off a bye week. It is huge. Dalton Sturm is going to be starting again at quarterback. Blake Bogenschutz still is not healthy, the guy who started at quarterback at the beginning of the year. This is a redemption bowl because right now North Texas, they played well versus Marshall. They're still looking for that one win, that first win of the season, but UTSA also looking to start feeling good about themselves. This is going to be a good battle, I think.